last time I did a video like that, but really the only difference I would say is that I've kind of settled in. Nothing big has changed. We have some plans for the future trips we want to take, but nothing really worthy of talking about on the channel, or nothing I just want to talk about on the channel, just between me and my fiance and family. Now, admittedly, I have drank most of this. This is my second cup, but there is still some left. So I thought about, making another one, but it's already 4 p.m. I shouldn't be drinking this at all, but I just figured I'm gonna finish it anyway, so I might as well wrap it up on a video. But I've been watching a lot of Switch 2 videos talking about the turmoil and the bullcrap that's coming with it. So I figured I'd talk about that for a little bit and talk about why I missed a video upload on Friday, and talk about something pretty exciting I have coming up, but it'll really just be a ramble about whatever, honestly, whatever comes to mind. I don't really have much from my hand, so I don't know, we'll see what I end up tapping on or grabbing, or maybe I'll just, do nothing, just talk. But yeah, so what to talk about first? Well, first I'm gonna bring it up in a video. We have over 300 subs. That's super cool. Very much love all the support I've been getting. It's great to be here. I've been trying to think about the channel and ways to, obviously, I love that I have 300 of you guys, but most of my views are from new people. Most people watch like 15 seconds of my videos, so love to see that. But I was trying to think about, for the people who are returning viewers, what can I do that's different? I do a lot of rambling, do a lot of tapping, and I'd say I upload pretty consistently. I've missed a handful. I've been bad about that lately. I think I've missed 2 or 3 videos, and all of those 3 videos were within the last 2 months. So, of course, now we got yelling outside. Love that. Don't think y'all can hear it though. I hope not. But yeah, I've been thinking about that, and Friday I spent quite a bit of time planning and preparing and thinking about what I would do. And I did come up with an idea. It's going to be a lot of work. I'm not 100% sure if I'll see it through, but I do want to try. I'm not going to talk about it too much more than that, other than to say that it's pretty exciting. And they're only getting louder, but it is pretty exciting. If I do see it through, that'd be great. You guys will see that come to fruition by the end of this month, I think. We'll see. We'll see if everything goes according to plan. Like I said, it'll be a bit of work for me, but yeah. I'm trying to think, what can I talk about that wouldn't give it away? Either way, I was just thinking about that kind of stuff, and how can I, give more to you guys? How can I be different? And it's not necessarily different, but it will mix up the flow of, the rhythm that I got into, just for a couple of weeks, and then return to your regularly scheduled program after that of pretty casual laid back videos and rambling about the stuff that excites me, the normal stuff. But I just figured if I can mix it up and I'm capable of seeing it through, I might as well give it a shot. And if it doesn't work, whatever, I'm sure I'll still get views out of it. So at the very least, the support you guys give me, it won't feel like it was pointless or anything like that. But either way, so I missed the video on Friday because I was really planning, and then honestly, just by the end of it all, I was like, you know what, I'm taking a break today. I don't want to, personally. It's just, I spent 3-4 hours planning, writing it down, trying to come up with the strategy and talking it through with my fiance, how we can make it work here, you know, with the cats and all the outside noise. And either way, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore, but it's exciting stuff to me. So I hope it plays out as well as I'm playing it. I hope I'm not playing it up too much. That's the last thing I want to do. It's like make you think I'm gonna do some big thing, and it really is like, oh, well, that wasn't much. Right? You guys can let me know if you guys got any ideas for the channel as well. But this mug my fiance got me. I don't know if I'm sure it's been on the channel before, but maybe it hasn't. What else to ramble about? I've been thinking about starting a non-ASMR channel as well, and I'd only upload like once a month, just to talk about video games, really. Specifically, like one game at a time. You know, everyone likes seeing those channels that do like really in-depth retrospectives. I've thought about that for a long time, ever since I was a kid, but you know, that's a lot of work, that's a lot of planning, it's a lot of script writing. It's significantly more work that goes into these videos, and I'm barely keeping up with these. So. But you know, I think about it often. I thought about making just a James Bond related channel, so I'd have an outlet for nerding out about James Bond, especially as Project 007 comes out. So I may do something like that. I don't know. Either way, it'd be a similar situation to this, where I'm not terribly worried about how successful it is or whether or not I get paid to do it. It would really just be another outlet for talking about things that I love. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately. Me and two of my friends have been playing on Minecraft World for 730 Minecraft days. That was since the end of 2023. Played it all the way throughout 2024 and into 2025, with big significant breaks in between. But we've been really going hard in the paint these last few months into Minecraft, and I decided, alright, I'm going to take what little disposable income I have and I'm going to turn it into a realm. Luckily, they've been making it worth it. It's been around for about a week. Already another 150 Minecraft days in. A significant jump at one time. I've turned my home into like a little kingdom. I've got walls. I've got a little area that I'm planning out. I've got a main walkway made out of stripped logs and planks. I'm building light posts. I'm building a little market where I'm going to bring a bunch of villagers and trap them to give the illusion of like a market you could go to. Planned out an area for villager like housing and stuff. And I'm building all kinds of useless crap that is really just for me aesthetically, and I love it. I kind of have everything I need already. I have a house. I have like the cave and all my farms and lava farms and what's it called? Is it called a lava farm? Wait, either way. I have all the netherite I need. I just need some more diamonds and stuff because I used it all. I need to copy the netherite recipe or whatever it's called. The thing you have to copy to have more than one, like the shard. I forget what it's called. But either way, I have netherite ingots. I have diamond armor. I just need to copy the template. I think that's what it is. Once we do that, let's see. Once I do that, 3 out of the 8 of us will have netherite armor. I'll be the third. I'm pretty sure once we all get netherite armor, we plan on just kind of boss rush mode. All of the temples we found, the wither, the ender dragon, the deep darks, taking on the wardens, just doing all of that at one time. We've done a few things here and there. We've already found the ender portal. We've already put all the pearls or eyes of ender. We've already put it all in the portal and activated it. We built a stairwell down to them for easy access. We've kind of taken over the village that was there. However, my horse that was there for 723 days did off himself on accident. I have to assume it was that he started suffocating. So we were running in, even though it would have been very easy for him to get out. There were several blocks that he could have hopped out of the water. He decided to go straight for like a dirt block that was overhanging and suffocate himself. So that wasn't fun. That sucked hella bad. But about 100 days later, I've decided, or 100 Minecraft days later, I'm like, all right, I think I'm gonna finally get a new horse and whatever. I've also been working on achievements and stuff. I've talked about that, that goal before. Me and one of my friends have been playing Shredder's Revenge, TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which has been actually pretty fun and easy. Beat 'em up to get achievements. I don't know if I'll get them all. Some of them are insanely difficult, but I feel like we can get a good 80% of them, no problem. But we'll see how that goes. It's a very easy game to beat. Some of the achievements are extremely hard to get, though. It also depends on the difficulty you're playing on. We're playing on the middle one, like the run, like not the hardest difficulty, but I think that's what we're gonna do next. Either way. Still playing Phasmophobia, just less. Trying not to overdo it for ourselves. Trying to mix it up a bit. Baldur's Gate 3, we're about to get back into that, I hope, but every night we plan on playing it. More people get on than we expected to. Like, people say they're not gonna get on, and then they do anyway, and now we have too many people. I feel bad about leaving anyone behind, so it's hard to find a time where the three of us that have been playing Baldur's Gate can continue on our campaign. We're right at the end, so it would be really weird for someone to join us now. Also, the rest of the group doesn't really have it, so it doesn't really matter, but either way, I will finish Baldur's Gate one of these days. Right at the end, like I said, of Act 3. If there's another act, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure there isn't, though, right? I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But Switch 2, I watch a lot of videos from Mr. Matty Plays, Switch 4, Switch. I don't want to hate on any YouTuber. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be part of the negative conversation. But with all, I don't know, just to be fully honest, and I shouldn't have said his name, but Switch 4, I've always watched his videos because he has kind of that positive spin on every, thing that happens, which sometimes is good. I like feeling positive about something, even if it's kind of delusional. Like the realistic part of it is that it's not a positive thing. But for example, my phone's about to die. All of the news with the Switch 2 and the tariffs and the potential for a price increase, even though things have already been, by all accounts, too expensive. We'll see how everything plays out. I watched his video just to see what his take on it was. It does feel like maybe he's riding a little too hard for Nintendo. Like he's very much, I don't know, some of the verbiage he used just kind of threw me off. I was like, really? It's like, we're not allowed to be unhappy with this? I do get his point of saying don't hate Nintendo, but it's like, it's a company. It's not a person. It's not someone who's getting cyberbullied. It's a company who is charging a lot of money in a world where, I'm not getting into that any more than that, but either way, kind of threw me off. Sorry to be a hater. I do watch his videos. I will continue to watch his videos, but I hope I didn't rub anyone the wrong way with that take. Either way, we're going to move on from that before I say anything detrimental. But yeah, so I'm still trying to be excited about the Nintendo Switch 2. I feel like the software part of it, I've watched the trailer a few more times. I watched a few reactions out of excitement and hype for it, and my opinion on some of the games have changed. Like, for example, when I first saw it, I was happy to see Donkey Kong Bonanza, but I didn't really care. As I watched the trailer a few more times, I'm like, all right, this game looks like a lot of fun, actually. I think I need to actually consider it as something that I'm interested in instead of just going, you know, whatever, which is how I was feeling at first. Metroid Prime really had my heart, along with seeing Cyberpunk and Hitman and the Project 007 will be there eventually. That was the bulk of my excitement. But over time, Donkey Kong has gotten my attention. I watched that trailer. I watched a bunch of people's videos and opinions on how the game's played at when they had a bunch of people go and play them, all the games and stuff. So, software side, I'm very excited. Of course, the cost of everything will be difficult to manage, especially with the current situation that we're in, where, I'm pretty damn broke at the moment. Now that all the bills have come out, it's that time of, every month where the bills come out, and I'm like, all right, can't wait for my next paycheck so I actually have, something to pocket. I'm so sorry. I'm keeping tissues over here, but I can't breathe out my nose at the moment. I've been playing my Switch. I've been playing Arkham Asylum on my Switch and Tears of the Kingdom. I've already beaten the Arkham games, except for Arkham Knight. I downloaded Arkham Knight on the Switch kind of as a meme. I had to archive half of the software I had to play it. I played it for 5 seconds, was utterly disgusted by what I was seeing, and just uninstalled it, and that was fine. I never bought that collection to play Arkham Knight on the Switch. I bought it for Asylum and City, mostly Asylum, because I love them both, but I did assume, wrongfully, that City would run poorly, and honestly, it runs better than Arkham Asylum does. They polished it, and it works perfectly. They both work much better than I could have ever imagined, and I'm more than content with just those two. But I've been doing a lot of the combat challenges and stuff, just slowly. It might be stupid, but I like seeing my favorite games at the top of my collection, and I have it organized by time played. So it's kind of a little mini game I play with myself, since there's no challenges or achievements in the Nintendo system. It's kind of my own personal achievements, to get all of my favorite games to those top 2 rows of my Nintendo Switch. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, all the Pokemon games there except for Violet. That one is in the 3rd or 4th row or something, because I played just enough to beat it. Really, I messed around a little bit, but not nearly as much as the other games. Arkham Asylum and City are both in the 3rd row now, so I got some work to put in. I only have about 25 hours combined with both of them on the Switch, but I've beaten them both, so we'll see. We'll see, won't we? But not too much to talk about today. I'm just kind of rambling about a little bit here and there. Hopefully I have some good news to report closer to the end of the month about the big project that I'm working on for the channel. Or big project, in my opinion, it's big because I have to put the work in. But on your end, it may seem like just, not too much. But either way, I just finished this off, so there you go. The coffee is done. I do have to say, something I found out that I don't know if I talked about in my Switch video, or I don't know if I knew about it at the time, but it is really good to see that the Joy-Con and the original Nintendo Switch Pro controller will both be compatible with the Switch 2. That's perfect. I don't have to buy the new Switch Pro controller. I get to use the controller that I love, that, until the day it blows up, I guess. Now, obviously, you can't attach the Joy-Con into handheld mode. They're too small. They're not compatible in the same way, but you can still use them as extra controllers, or with the straps, or in the grip mode. So pretty cool stuff there. Pretty cool. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We're just about 20 minutes. Didn't even realize I talked that long, but my phone is going to die. So thank you all for stopping by. I hope you're excited for what I've got cooking for the channel. Let me know what you guys think about anything I talked about today, and everyone